Hello! We are going to start with the menstrual phase today. Everything you need to know about cycle syncing. So let's explore what is happening if all 4 cycles take place within a 1 month period. Imagine there are 4 seasons and the menstrual is the winter phase. For women who are regular and have their cycles, this is when you may feel weakest in energy, and iron might be a good recommendation to boost at this time. I feel like this is important for men to learn also, especially with regard to the corporate working world, and especially in terms of salaries and payments and productivity, and how women work in contrast to how men work, and how the standards are really not to be comparable because they're different methods and cycles. Like, let's say women operate quite secular, but men are quite linear. And with that, what one male goes through within a day in your hormonal cycle, a female will go through that within a 28 to 32 day cycle. And this kind of understanding and communication is important because there's still great amounts of productivity with working with our schedules, but in different ways. And it could be an invitation to open up a way of work that is suitable for health and works for women and men, and also to be able to have the funding and finances required working in a different method or manner. So what's happening during this time? Okay, so physically, emotionally, I am reading notes from my book that I wrote, so if you see me scan, I'm going to be upfront and honest with that because there's so much data and details. I don't want to miss a thing with you. And what movement should be like, what sort of recommended classes or exercises do you do per cycle, when is the best time that you can be extroverted, social, feel vibrant and radiant and sexy and hot, confident, thriving, glowing even, and when is it best to be a little more creative and restful, rejuvenative. Sometimes you do need an excuse to clear your social calendar, and this time of the month usually is a good one. I love recommending doing journaling around this time, some reflection, and to think of it like the opportunity to detox the body, as it is one of our biggest detox phases, and this cycle naturally detoxes us for us, which is great. Many women do get anxious about this time, more so because you don't know when the blood's going to show up, and you want to be mindful that you have everything on hand, and you want to make sure that you feel comfortable in a setting, whether that is in public or at the workplace or at home. And during this time, calming exercises could be recommended because pushing our physical limits too hard with exercises like CrossFit and running and really pushing do have links with increased cortisol at this time, because men can work out exactly the same all the time. And that's why there are clear and obvious reasons why men have sports and women have sports, and why they cannot go in the same ways of judging or competing, because it's 2 different classes. So this phase usually lasts between 3 to 7 days, and day 1 marks the beginning of the first day of bleeding. And as you can see from a table referenced in the book, with regard to estrogen and progesterone levels, these are plummeting during this time through the uterine lining. The cervix is firm, low, and slightly open for the menstrual blood to pass. This is the body's way of cleansing, as we would have learned about. Pilates is also great in this time. It's almost like time to retreat around this time, and emotionally it is where women do have a little more tears and stuff comes up because the hormones are saying a little extra care and love at this time is a good idea. And our energy could be at the lowest point of the month. The thing is with the cycle is it always keeps going. So it doesn't matter how low it gets because it's always going to come back up. And that's the circle effect. Checking in on mental health is always good, enjoying self-care practices, getting your nails done, enjoying slower movements, watching funny episodes. Personally, I really love reading, researching, and doing a lot of motivational and mental work training around this time because I do love like mixed martial arts training and being that way. So at the lowest point of the month, I love having that extra motivational stuff to remind me that it goes up again. Sometimes we forget. And in our communities, it's easier to communicate to people that this is what's happening and it's not a problem, it's just biology. So watching documentaries at this time is a favorite. And it allows the body and the hormones to really recharge. This is a really good time to have soup and broths. The appetite is usually not too high at this time, but it might have specific cravings that it's calling for. And when you choose the right nutrients that have a flavorful nutrient profile, it really does help to reduce cravings for excess junk food, for example. Let's say that we choose ingredients rich in iron like spinach, mushrooms, fiber like oatmeal, soups, broths, more warm and comforting foods at this time, protein, are really nourishing as we rebuild. And if you have the ability to eat red meat, a little steak or a burger is usually around the time women are craving a burger, either right before or during. And you'll be surprised when you realize that's the link why. It's the iron. Like, you can check in with all your wives and you could be like, know these things. If you're a guy watching this, it gives you an edge in relationships. And if you're a woman, like, you're welcome. Like, you definitely want to optimize on this way. So it's like hibernation time. And what are the foods? So I have a meal plan that I put together for each of the cycle syncing diet phases. And the ideas I have here include fresh watermelon for breakfast, porridge, more breakfasts with ashwagandha, some overnight oats, cassava crepe pancakes, grapes, omelets, and fresh fruit. Lunches, sauteed broccoli, noodles, maybe a pad thai, rice noodle or soba noodles, soups for lunch for sure, kale and mushrooms. You might also notice with cravings that mushrooms is like a huge craving at this time. It's like the wildest thing. And then dinner is like burgers, and I do my burgers bunless because I don't eat the bread. Unless it's gluten-free, I'll do that. But I like the lettuce burgers and like mushrooms and stuff is pretty good. And snacks on seeds, lots of seeds, pumpkin seeds to help boost back up the hormones, flax seeds, and salads. All right, so that's an introduction into phase winter. I will be back again for the next phase. Hope you love this. Like, share, and subscribe for more lunar glow vibes.